How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Investing with Zeke. So we're going to talk about the hottest stock in the market, Nvidia. Now, congratulations to all the Nvidia stockholders. Congratulations. Give it up. You guys been crushing holes and taking names. I get it. Yeah, I know. So, yes, I mean, even if we disagree on things, we all got to admit that the market has been being held up by like 3 to 5 different stocks. Like, I mean, they're pretty much holding up the whole market. Wouldn't we agree with that? Wouldn't you? You got Microsoft, you got Apple, you got Google, you got Meta, and you got Nvidia. Like, those are the stocks that have been killing it. And Nvidia's up what? 3,000% so far year to date? You know, that's crazy. So really, what Nvidia does, if you don't know, if you're new to the market or whatever, that's fine. What Nvidia does is it designs semiconductor chips that are extremely powerful that, let me put it to you like this, it pretty much updates the internet. Like if you're, looking for stuff online and then you log on to like Meta, then it's going to bring up the stuff that you were looking at to buy. It does a whole bunch of things where it's just really an internet upgrade. So that's what Nvidia does, is designs these chips. Doesn't make them, but designs them. We're going to talk about where Nvidia makes them. We're going to also talk about these crazy numbers Nvidia has done. And you know what? I was going to come out here and really tell you guys, I'm sorry, I slipped up. I missed out on Nvidia, which this would be in like my type of wheelhouse, right? Something that I feel's got a lot of growth potential. It's a company that I looked at. I mean, I watch the market probably 2 to 3 hours a day. So I definitely know about Nvidia. And you know what's also crazy? That you don't see like any cult following on Nvidia. You don't see a lot of YouTubers that are just really pushing Nvidia, even though Nvidia has ran up about as much as like a Tesla, actually more than Tesla. And that quick a time, like this started running up like 3-4 years ago. So right now, yes, there is YouTubers talking about it. But isn't it funny that nobody really said, hey, start buying Nvidia like 2-3 years ago? Why hasn't anybody done that? What if I told you there's a reason for that? Also, there's also big YouTubers that have tried to short this stock, and this at $500. It's sitting at like $1,100 right now. So there's even been YouTubers that have thought so little of this stock that they started to short it. Were they wrong? Well, guys, if you're a big bull and you don't like to hear anything negative, I know there's some people that really bought this stock at like 80, 100. And I even have people that come up to me, and tell me that they're putting all their money in Nvidia. And it's not my place to tell people where they put their money. Again, this is just my opinion. But as of now, bulls, if you don't like hearing any counter arguments, you may want to go ahead and click this video off, because there's something really, really funny about Nvidia. And the reason why people aren't talking about it is I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually show you why people don't want to talk about it. It's simple. The last 5 years, this company is up 3,000%. Not only that, bulls will say, oh yeah, that ain't it. Like, look at this. Which I get it. Insanely impressive. You got year-over-year revenue growth up 125%. You have gross profit up 200%. You have operating income up 700%. You'd be like, Zeke, man, I'm going to buy this tomorrow. Like, there is no way somebody could have a bear case on this. Well, let me tell you something. I thought this company was fundamentally not investable back then. I was probably a little wrong about it. But I tell you what, this company is not what you think it is. What if I told you this company isn't as great as you think it is? Yes, it is growing 700%. This is why people don't want to talk about this. But you want to know what people don't also want to talk about? Let's keep looking. So these are the top companies that have 45%. They literally buy 45% of Nvidia semiconductors is OpenAI, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta. And what did we say earlier? There's only like a handful of companies running this market. So I've really been noticing this, but I didn't really put it all together. What if I told you all of this was connected? What do you see in common in these? Well, let's look. Meta, Microsoft, Google. I mean, these usually lean more towards the left. Now you're like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, these are big donors. If you look at Meta, Microsoft, they're very big donors. And they lean a certain way, right? I mean, obviously Mark, and then, yeah, I guess he's not in control of it, Bill Gates anymore, but they're all similar to that kind of mindset. Well, what does that have to do with anything? All right, and really, is there really a connection? Well, I kept digging, so let's keep looking. So little did we know. Well, here, let me re-enter that in. For some reason, it doesn't want to. There we go. So if you look at the heaviest retail holders are politicians. Now, I'm trying to paint this story, guys. I want you to keep up with me. I am going to summarize it, but listen really carefully of the picture that I'm trying to paint. So, if you look at it, you got a lot of Republicans selling, as you can see, but you have tons. I mean, it doesn't, from Nancy Pelosi. Here, I can go slower. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can look all this stuff up yourself. There is multiple pages of Congress and Senate and House members that are literally owners of this stock. And that's not the only part. I actually looked when they started buying this stock. They were literally buying this way back in 2021, 22. Like, that's when they about stopped. Like 23 is when they stopped buying this stock. So they've been holding these shares. I don't know, maybe 100 Congress members, maybe more. Actually more, because there's multiple pages. And there's multiple buys, anywhere between 1,000 to 2 million. Like, literally, I was looking through them, and it's a wide variety of I have trouble saying words sometimes, all right, but it was a mixture, all right, of Republicans and Democrats. Now, I understand I have this tinfoil hat. All I'm saying is there something funny? Now, is there a problem with this? I don't believe so. I don't think there's a problem with it. This probably always happens, but we're really in a bad market. But the market's getting held up by these companies, which are all cycling money to each other. Do you not kind of get what I'm trying to put down? That's not enough for you? Okay, fine. I just would like to pull up, now move myself, a map. All right. The reason why I like to pull up a map is because I believe some people need to be shown things. First of all, what do you notice right off top? Russia. Like, Russia. Jesus, what are you guys doing over there? You own half of the world already. You really need to slip into Ukraine. Like, calm down, Russia. You're looking real greedy. Now, I understand most of your country is filled with snow. Who cares? I mean, you still have plenty of real estate. Relax. It's going to be fine. I don't know what you got going on there. But you remember when we were talking about Nvidia designs the chips? Well, this is where they're made. Taiwan. Now, these are extremely powerful chips, and they actually put tariffs on these chips so they don't go to China. Like, let me get this straight. This company, which, I mean, Nvidia, insane numbers, right? Insane numbers. 75% profit margin. The reason why is because they're doing it in a fucking third world country. Like, okay, I get it. It's not quite third world country, but they're getting really cheap labor from Taiwan. So they even get more margin out of this, which makes it look good to like even the average retail investor. You know, you're looking at those profit margins, you're like juicy. However, we're trying to protect Taiwan from China from getting these super chips. Right? Come on. Like literally, they could literally jump in the water and swim across and they could get as many chips as they want. That's why I believe Baba, Neo, JD, all these tech companies, even the EV tech companies, can literally get these chips in a blink of an eye. I guarantee Jack Ma has a whole pocket full of them. And they're already breaking them down, designing them. And, and if we were really that worried, guys, we wouldn't be doing it in Taiwan. Who is it to us, all the way over here, to say, no, China, you can't have Taiwan. You know what? Who cares? Let them have Taiwan. Or you know what they'll do? They won't even care. They'll let Taiwan pretend that they're free. That way they can make all these great engineering discoveries, and China will just take it from them. This is the most stupidest. This is really, really stupid. And that's with taking the politics out of it. Now we've sent Pelosi, we've sent members over there to Taiwan to be like, hey, we got your back, we promise. Right? But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at everything, I'm just like, guys, what if this happened? Tinfoil hat time. Tinfoil hat. Let's get back to the summary. Nvidia, able to show these incredible numbers, doing 10-for-1 splits, raising the dividend 150 cents. Listen to this, guys. 150% they're raising their dividend to 1 penny. Like, does that already seem weird to you? If they really are getting these 75% margins, they're going to keep them. Why would you even that's almost an insult. Now I understand, after the split, if the stock's $1,000, everybody, you'll get 100 or you'll get 10 shares at $100 a piece. So that means you'll get 10 cents for every 10 shares. I mean, honestly, just seems like enough to get retail in and then go ahead and split the stock. So it just makes retail feel better about getting in. And they're doing it at the perfect time. Like all this timing, all this perfection just seems really funny to me. So what if this happened? Micah, okay, back to the tinfoil hat. But like I said, these guys kind of lean a certain way. But what if they sat in an office and was like, hey, how about we need an internet or a software update? Like, we will make sure you get into office and we'll do everything we can to keep you in office. But we need to really push getting us new chips on our servers and on our programs. That way we can, help with advertising and they can really get the data out of us that they really want. I mean, this is perfect. Oh, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. That's what this looks like to me. It all circles around. All the money circles around to each other. So yes, consumers aren't buying these companies, like buying these semiconductors. They're not. It's not consumer based. It's literally big companies. And these big companies are just funneling the money back to investors, which are keep putting it back into each other's hands. Now, besides that fact, that it doesn't matter. That's just what it looks like, right? Besides that, when you got this going on, we're trying to fake protect Taiwan, and there's no logical way we can protect Taiwan. And we're not going to go to war to protect Taiwan. It just makes me feel better. We just all really just need to stop with this BS. I mean, it does make the market look like our economy's good. It makes everybody in office look good because, hey, they can say, hey, the market's killing it. Even Bitcoin's awkwardly killing it. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know. You know, that's just my tinfoil hat. You know, I get it. That's why I thought that I never wanted to buy semiconductors in the first place. This is really a cycle market. Like every so often, these big companies need to update. It just looks like they're all feeding off of each other on this update. Probably because there ain't enough money to go around. But guess what? It's just sticking out so much in this market that I'm surprised others haven't caught it. I really am. I'm not falling for it. Where do I see Nvidia? All right, not that I'm going to short Nvidia. All right, I'm not that crazy. But I say next year around this time, after the split, this will be under a $60 stock, and nobody will want to touch it. Just like how all semiconductors. What was it last time? QCOM or something? And then before that, I mean, this happens every so often, and it's always something different. And this is even a different scenario where they're not even making the chips. They're literally having Taiwan Semiconductor make these chips for them. It's all weird. It's all strange. The market doesn't make sense. And you know what? I'm not interested in buying Nvidia. And I just don't think I think it's propped up. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.